Hey, what's happening, gamers? Welcome back to Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Trilogy for the Nintendo Switch.
Yeah!
Brought to you by Capcom!
Woohoo! It's crime fighting time!
Yep, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and hit that bell to be notified when more Ace Attorney arrives every day at 3 p.m.
Oh, yeah!
So today we're starting our fourth trial in the final game for the trilogy. So let's dive into this.
Awesome!
The girl. Let her go.
Whoa. This looks intense.
Shut up! Come closer, and I end her.
Wait, is that Mia?
I don't know who that is. That's a girl.
Sorry, but you're not getting a chance.
Bang.
Whoa.
Oops.
That's my sound effect. Sploosh.
I'm reading through the file of an old court case. It was the first case of my longtime mentor, Mia Fey. Fugitive data. Terry Flaws. Kidnapping. Murder. Sentence. Death penalty. Fugitive. After escaping, Flaws met with the then murdered Sergeant Valerie Hawthorne. Recaptured on Eagle Mountain about 8 hours after his escape. Her very first client was a death row inmate who had recently broken out of prison. That was a whole year before Mia and I ever met. Why are you in the hospital, Phoenix?
I know.
6 years earlier, Mia Fey, first trial.
Whoa.
But I thought the other one was her first. You know what? Never mind.
I thought that one was her. Maybe it was her second trial.
February 16th, 9:24 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby Number 4.
I'm so nervous. I feel like I'm going to die. I never should have accepted this case. Good morning. Don't be so jumpy, Mia.
I didn't do nothing, I swear. I didn't kill nobodies.
Terry Falls, my first client. Sentenced to death 5 years ago, and now a prison escapee. Just relax, Mia. Make a small talk and try to relax. So why did you escape anyway?
I'm
sorry.
I didn't do nothing. I didn't kill nobody. I never lie. I didn't escape from nowhere.
But Mr. Falls, the police just recaptured you 2 days ago.
Sorry. I told a little lie.
Oh boy.
But anyway, I didn't do it. I never killed nobody.
Sorry for asking, but you're on death row, right? I'm really sorry, sir.
They sentenced me to die 5 years ago, but I was tricked, I tell you. That woman, she lied in her testimony. That's why I got the death penalty. I swear it. I didn't kill her. I could have never do that. Okay.
2 days ago, he escaped from the police wagon when it crashed. Then about 8 hours later, a policewoman was murdered before the police could recapture him. The police believed that Terry Falls did it. After you escaped, did you meet a policewoman?
Yeah, I did. She was the reason I escaped.
So that much is true. He did meet the victim.
But I didn't kill her. She was alive when I left. She was alive. It's true.
I can trust him, right? I mean, I should.
Huh.
Oh, this guy.
You're not gonna figure out the truth just by staring at the guy.
You're... why are you here?
I came to see how our little kitten was doing all alone in the big scary lion's den. I thought you'd, maybe like someone to play with.
Where's Mr. Grossberg?
Ah, that old man, he's probably still in bed. I bet he's clutching an empty bottle and mumbling in his sleep. Aren't I good enough? After all, it's me, Diego Armando.
Oh my gosh, that's such a great name. I didn't say. So, Diego Armando, the finest attorney at Grossberg Law Office, is here for me?
No, you've got it all wrong. Today, you're the finest. After all, it took an amazing amount of guts to take this case. Imagine, an escaped death row convict for a first client.
Yeah, thanks. I wish I could get out of it, though.
Ah, relax. I just heard some good news. The prosecutor for today is fresh out of his diapers as well.
Really?
However, unlike a certain somebody who I won't mention, he's earned the reputation as a genius since the beginning of his law career.
Genius?
Well, it's about time to head in, kitten. Sharpen those claws of yours. It's go time.
Oh my gosh. A solitary confinement cell for the condemned must be the world's loneliest place. And that's why my client ran away from it. But every other lawyer gave up on him. But not me. When I saw those overflowing eyes and heard that simple childlike voice.
Oh no.
I just had the feeling that he was telling the truth.
Alright, so I gotta bring his voice up a whole new octave.
No, I feel like I think he is, the voice you did is fine for him. He just has
So he needs a tiny voice.
Oh my god.
Oh my goodness. I didn't kill nobody.
Okay,
Nobody.
you want to, but I feel like he's like a kid at heart.
Court is now in session for the trial of Terry Falls. Eh?
The defense is ready, Your Honor. I feel like this guy looks Amish over there.
The prosecution has been ready for a while, Your Honor. I understand lawyers for both sides are newcomers, eh?
Yes, Your Honor. I'm Mia Fey.
Miles Edgeworth, Your Honor. You're the new prosecutor everyone is talking about, eh? You say you joined the prosecutor's office at quite an early age, eh? At 20, Your Honor. I guess our little kitten hasn't earned herself much of a reputation yet, huh?
Oh my gosh. Come on, Mia. You can't lose. Not to someone younger than you.
Young people running a trial, I'm not sure how I feel about that, eh? Now then, the defendant in this case is currently a felon on death row.
I think you should make him Irish.
2 days ago, he escaped from a police wagon. No, he's supposed to be the Canadian guy.
Oh, fine.
Is that correct? Eh, precisely. But the defendant is not on trial for escaping prison. On the day that the defendant escaped, a policewoman was murdered.
So we're here to determine if Mr. Falls was responsible for her death then.
You got it, kitten.
Okay.
Well, Mr. Edgeworth, let's hear your opening statement, eh? Yes, Your Honor. It was 5 years ago. The defendant, Terry Falls, was sentenced to death in this very courtroom. His crimes were kidnapping, extortion, and murder. The girl who threw off the bridge was only 14 years old. A truly horrible crime. I remember it well. There was no decisive evidence, so the trial was long and protracted, eh? Correct. But in the end, what finally decided the case was a certain witness's testimony.
A witness's testimony? Flashback.
The testimony of Detective Valerie Hawthorne, the person who confronted this criminal. She arrested Mr. Falls at the scene and later testified against him. She said she witnessed Mr. Fall throw his younger victim into the river. Nah.
Unless she shot at the victim.
For those who are not aware, Eagle River is well known for its powerful current. Most bodies that fall in are never recovered.
So Miss Hawthorne's testimony was the one that put him away.
Then the policewoman you just mentioned, that wouldn't be... Exactly, the victim. The same woman that was killed 2 days ago.
Luke, just FYI, people say that people from Canada talk like people from Pennsylvania.
Oh, gosh.
So, if you can imagine what everyone around here kind of talks like, I don't know.
The police sergeant, Valerie Hawthorne. Aha! I see, eh? The man who was sentenced to death based on her testimony escaped 2 days ago. With only one thing on his mind, to take revenge against the woman who convicted him.
I still think he should be Irish.
Aha! The truth is becoming clear to me now.
Huh?
Yes. It's quite obvious that the defendant is guilty, eh?
He needs a Minnesotan accent, don't you know? That's what he needs. I don't skip the whole... Because... okay, have you ever seen the movie Planes, Trains, and Automobiles? That guy who does the polka and everything and that. John Candy. That would be the perfect accent for that guy.
I've never been able to do a Minnesota accent.
Oh, okay. Wait a minute. That's not right. At least hear the case before you decide on the outcome, Your Honor.
I only know exaggerated Canadian. Which would be like, watch yourself, Miss Faye. I'm not sure I care for your word choice or tone of voice, eh?
Yes, I like that.
Young people these days simply don't know how to respect their elders.
Why, you're even younger than me, you hypocrite.
Now then, Mr. Edgeworth, please call your first witness, eh? I called the detective who was in charge of the initial investigation of this case. Oh my gosh.
Oh, Detective Gumshoe.
Witness, state your name and occupation, please. Gumshoe. Dick Gumshoe. I'm the homicide detective in charge of the case, sir. I finally got promoted to detective division half a year ago. Haha.
I don't believe anyone asked you about that at all.
Hey, ma'am. You got any idea how much work it takes?
What is it?
You're really gorgeous.
Excuse me?
No, seriously, my heart, it's aching for you.
Oh my god.
Detective, pull yourself together and try to be professional, otherwise...
Me is a heartbreaker.
I'll write you up on contempt so quick that something other than your heart will ache. Okay, I got it. But she's gorgeous. Now, Detective, tell us about the incident in question, eh? Yes, sir, right away.
I like that judge face.
The victim was Sergeant Valerie Hawthorne, a veteran of the police force. She was stabbed in the back with a knife and died from excessive blood loss. That much is already stated in the autopsy report, eh? The court would like to hear more details about the incident itself. Yes, sir, I gotcha. I only remember it from Bobby's World, okay?
No, I like that.
Who wants noogies?
I like that one.
Yes, sir, I got you, okay. Let's take a look at this aerial map of the area here.
You still have never done your Chad voice for any character.
This is a sketch of the Dusky Bridge, an old suspension bridge. And the river that runs under here is Eagle River. The victim and the defendant met here on top of the bridge. After stabbing her in the back, he carried the victim back to his car. He was recaptured at police checkpoint as he was trying to make his getaway, sir.
Interesting.
I see. Dusk Bridge map added to the court record. Also, apologies to Canadians, but this is called humor, people. Was the victim's blood found on the bridge, eh?
We're not expressly doing a Canadian accent. We're doing a character from a cartoon.
There you go. The victim, Sergeant Valerie Hawthorne, was wearing a thick coat, sir. Unfortunately, no traces of blood were found on the bridge.
We gotta spice this up with funny voices.
Mr. Edgeworth, I warn you that I absolutely despise conjecture, eh? If there are no blood on the bridge, then you have no proof that they even met there. Your Honor, if you would listen to the testimony we have prepared, I'm sure you'll be convinced. The two of them most certainly did meet on the bridge that day. Why, Mr. Edgeworth, I'm not sure I like your wagging your finger at me, though. As if I'm some type of hoser. Detective, proceed with your testimony, eh? Yes, sir.
Here we go, Mia. Hang on.
It's always a challenge to try to make characters you've established sound younger.
Yeah, I know.
Okay now, listen carefully, kitten. One little mistake and this guy will drink you for morning tea. Trust me. And get ready.
You kind of sound like the guy from Ghostbusters a little bit. The Keymaster.
Oh.
But not really. Yeah.
On the day of the incident, an unknown person phoned the sergeant and asked to meet. Sergeant Hathorne went to the Dusky Bridge at the destined time and met with Mr. Falls. And that's where she was brutally murdered, sir. The criminal stuffed her body in his trunk and tried to make a getaway. Mr. Falls was arrested at a police checkpoint, and we set it up at the base of the mountain. Okay.
Yeah, just so everyone knows, Luke is making this voice funny for me, so you can blame me.
Well, you certainly have established the importance of the bridge. Naturally. Now, would the defense please hurry up and proceed with the cross-examination, eh?
Hey, no stereotype is worse than the Swedish chef, and I am sweet. Yes, Your Honor. Cross-examination, coming right up.
The Frenchman was the hardest guy to do, though.
Yeah.
Hey, settle down there, kitten. If you keep trembling like that, you're gonna make me spill my coffee. Wink.
What? I'm not trembling. It's just cold in here.
The courtroom can be cold battlefield, all right, especially for a beginner.
I don't really need you to worry about me. I mean the defendant, the witness. Everyone's a beginner in here, you know.
There's something off with those two. Ha! You got me there. But maybe you should keep your claws out and show them what you've got, kitten.
Why does he keep calling her kitten?
They're probably dating.
Yeah. It's okay, Mia. Stay calm. Just remember those court procedure videos you stayed up late last night watching. Oh, she watched videos on YouTube about doing this.
There you go.
How to be a lawyer.
How to be a lawyer, how to be a baker.
Look it up on Google.
On the day of the incident, an unknown person phoned the sergeant and asked to meet.
Hold it! This unknown person. You have no idea who it might be, right?
Sorry, but I'm afraid I do.
What?
The one who called the Sergeant Hathorne was the defendant, Terry Falls. What? The defendant, eh? The defendant called her? What a hoser. Sergeant Hathorne was a very thorough person, sir. She left a note about her phone call with Mr. Falls.
A note?
Yeah, a top secret memo that she left in her desk.
Maybe she was lying. Victim's note added to the court record.
According to this note, it seems like the one who called her to the bridge was indeed the defendant, Terry Falls.
Ugh, whose bright idea was it to keep that note from me?
Looks like the judge is even more sure of his verdict now. Listen up. Never ask a question if you don't already know the answer.
It's that detective's fault. He's the one that said unknown person.
Hey now, don't make that face at me. I'm new at this. I said that in case the prosecutor told me to. Oh, I just said it.
Was that a trap? Was that cute face? I didn't expect him to be so sneaky.
And so Edgeworth's career began as the sneaky man.
The sneaky prosecutor. He's starting out sneaky.
Sergeant Hathorne went to the Dusky Bridge at a designated time and met with, the guy.
Well, he's trying to win.
Yeah, that's true.
A bridge up in the mountains? But why meet there?
Because it's a very important place to the defendant, that's why. What do you mean by that, eh?
I like
If you remember, 5 years ago, the defendant kidnapped a young girl. He was chased onto a bridge, and it was there that he killed his hostage. And the place where all of this occurred is, of course, Dusky Bridge.
Huh?
The very place where the Sergeant Hathorne arrested and handcuffed Mr. Falls. Returning to the scene of the crime. How nostalgic.
But didn't she shoot the victim?
And that's where she was brutally murdered, sir.
Hold it! Was the body of the victim discovered right away?
Yeah, we were really on the ball. We found the criminal within 1 hour of the murder. It was great. We even got to say, "Don't move. We've got you surrounded."
Wait a second. Is there something weird about that?
The location was a suspension bridge up in the mountains. So how did they find out about the crime so quickly? Sergeant
Hawthorne must have mentioned the phone call to someone else, right?
Huh. If that's what happened, then she wouldn't have been killed. She never mentioned the phone call from Mr. Falls, but she left a note on her desk about it. I only noticed it earlier. Maybe she'd still be with us.
So confused. I wonder why she didn't mention the phone call to anyone.
The criminal stuffed her body into the trunk of his car.
Gosh, we're gonna get
Demonetized.
Mr. Falls had a car then, right?
Well, that bridge is way up in the mountains, ma'am. The defendant and the victim both went up there by car. I mean, how else, right?
Oh, I get it, Mr. Falls.
What? You mean the defendant drove his own car? No, of course not. It was stolen. He stole it from a young couple that had been waiting at a red light. Car thieves. I'm not sure how I feel about car thieves, the hosers.
Is this guy sure about how he feels about anything?
This is a photo of the stolen car's trunk.
Whoa.
Naturally, that's the body of Valerie Hawthorne in there. Whoa, that doesn't look too comfortable, eh? Crime photo added to the court record.
Oh my gosh. The victim, she was there's nothing I can do.
Shanked.
She was stabbed in the back, correct?
Yeah. Huh. For some reason, men always seem to get stabbed in the back.
We're talking about a woman here.
Exactly, winky face. You can't tell from the photo, but the knife was stuck in her back nice and firm. The condition of the body when it was discovered is a very important information, eh? Detective, was there anything strange or noteworthy in the trunk of the car?
I think the judge sounds cute.
Here's a photo of the trunk, and I don't see anything strange, do you? Anyway, Mr. Falls was arrested at the police checkpoint we set up at the base of the mountain. Listen up, kitten. There's a big trap waiting for you in that testimony.
A trap?
It's a trap! Walk into it carelessly, and it'll leave more than just a flesh wound. Fun, huh?
No, it's not!
Well, if you want to have any chance at all, you'd better get some more information.
Okay.
And if you're gonna get caught in a trap, it's best to get caught early. You can always look for contradictions afterwards.
The ever-famous contradictions. I sure hope I can find some of those.
On the day of the incident, an unknown person phoned the sergeant. Okay, so that doesn't seem like it's of any interest. Sergeant Hawthorne went to the bridge. No. And it was brutally murdered. Yeah. Criminal stuffed her body in the trunk of his car and tried to make a getaway. Here's a photo of the trunk, but I don't see anything strange, do you? Anyway, Mr. Falls was arrested at the police checkpoint. That thing where he says he doesn't see anything strange about that.
I don't see anything strange, do you? Where does he say that? Can you go back to where he's...
The photo
I don't
of this
see anything strange, do you? Okay, so we went back to this one then. Okay, so he says, I don't see anything strange, do you? I feel like that's a hint, so can we look at what kind of evidence that we have?
Sure.
Okay,
Got our attorney's badge, we have Valerie's autopsy,
okay.
We've got the Dusky Bridge map, we have the victim's note.
What does it say in the victim's note? Can we see what it says? Okay, it says that she was wearing a white scarf for identification. So does she wearing a white scarf in that picture? I guess we can't look at that picture. Okay.
Okay, I'm trying to get to a better look at the picture, but...
Oh, okay. Alright, I didn't see a white scarf in there, so let's just let's try that victim's note then.
Okay.
witness.
What is it, eh? Oh, I jumped the gun. Do you have something to say, Miss Faye?
I'm sorry. I totally forgot what I was gonna say. This is the first time I've ever had to actually address someone like that.
You should have practiced before coming to court. Honestly, Miss Faye, I'm not sure I like this. Say there, little kitten. Want a piece of my coffee candy?
Candy?
Well, you're still too young to be drinking real coffee.
Come on, Mia. Shake it off. You're a lawyer. Detective!
Yeah. What is it?
This photo. You said there was nothing particularly peculiar about it. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's what I said.
Well then, I suggest you take another look at the note written by the victim.
The note?
It very clearly says, wear white scarf for identification. The caller must have forgotten what the victim looked like, thus this special request. I have one very simple question for you, Detective. Where is the white scarf? I can't seem to find it in this photo.
To be honest, we didn't find it in the trunk, ma'am.
And you stopped there? You should have looked for it.
Whoa! Spicy.
Yep, Mia's getting spicy.
The caller told her to wear it to identify herself, so what did you expect? She did just that, eh? Well, Mr. Edgeworth, what do you have to say about this? I see the defense is a little lacking.
What?
The scarf you are searching so desperately for, is it this one, perchance? Where did you find that, sir? On Dusky Bridge. I was there first and decided to conduct my own investigation.
What?
What? Why didn't you tell me? I made a decision to keep all pieces of evidence in my personal satchel. It's the safest place I know. That hotshot sure has a flair for the dramatic. It's not exactly white as the caller requested, but as you can see, it's close enough for what it was intended for. It looks like it spent some time in the mud. Not surprising, it was drizzling on the mountain that day.
Prosecutor Edgeworth, he was intentionally hiding that scarf the whole time.
Bum.
Man, he's
The
sneaky.
court will accept the scarf into evidence, you hosers. Now then, if the attorney for the defense is finished embarrassing herself, I'd like to move on with the testimony. That is all right with you, isn't it, Miss Faye?
Boy, would I like to wrap this scarf around his smarmy little neck.
Very good. Now, if we're done with this mud-covered scarf business, the prosecution moves to establish a conclusively and hard evidence at that. Miss Hathorne and Mr. Falls did indeed meet on the bridge that day. Furthermore, we will show exactly what occurred there. It sounds quite promising. I can't wait to hear all about it.
Everything is moving at his whim.
Don't forget, kitten. There's a reason why everyone considers this kid a genius.
A genius, huh?
Bum. Events of the Dusky Bridge.
My favorite voice you do is the kitten guy.
Actually, there's an eyewitness who was there when the incident took place. This photo was accidentally taken by the witness. It shows the victim wearing the scarf, sir. It was drizzling that day, unfortunately. It's a little hard to see what's going on. Anyway, the criminal shoved the victim down from behind and stabbed her in the back. That must have been when the scarf fell off. Yeah, but can you prove that? Looking at this photo, you really get the sense that the bridge is very high up, eh? It's about a 40-foot drop from the bridge to the Eagle River down below, Your Honor. Mr. Edgeworth, who took this photo anyway? Let's just say it was a well-intentioned third party. Aha! Potential witness! So why wasn't this person in the courtroom, eh? Well, they said they absolutely did not want to testify. The person in question is very delicate, Your Honor. Besides, as long as we have this photo, we have no reason to compel them to testify.
Very delicate?
Probably a girl. Not sure how I feel about that, Witness's photo added to the court record. So, as you can see, Terry Falls had both the motive and the opportunity, Your Honor. I think it's quite clear at this point what happened on that bridge.
Okay.
Aha! The truth is becoming clear to me now,
Oh my
hosers.
gosh, his eyes. Huh?
Yes, it's quite obvious. He's clearly guilty,
No, not again. That's not fair. I haven't even done my cross-examination yet. What do you mean?
Oh yeah, cross-examination time, my bad.
I kind of like how Mia gets annoyed and angry, but she doesn't say it out loud to people.
Right. Actually, there was an eyewitness who was there.
Hold it! Who is this eyewitness?
She's a college student.
A female college student?
That's right. Meaning she's female and a college student. She doesn't do well in front of other people, so I came to testify for her.
Maybe so, but as an attorney for the defense, I have the right to cross-examine her.
Ooh. For the time being, we're not relying on the witness's statements. That is all.
What is that supposed to mean?
The prosecution has other more decisive evidence. Our case doesn't rest on the vague testimony of a female college student. A female college student, it means she's female and a college student, sir. If you absolutely must hear her testimony, you'll have to give us a good reason why. Please tell us about more decisive evidence in question.
Why are they hiding that person's testimony?
This photo was accidentally taken by the witness. Whoops.
Hold it! The victim is wearing a scarf in that photo, all right. So, about the witness who took this photo. What was the person doing all the way up in the mountains?
She was taking photos of wildflowers, apparently. There are many unusual types of flora on that mountain, Miss Faye. People in the area say it's because of the spirits that live there. Spirits? Now that you mention it in this photo, this cloudy fog-like thing, is it a ghost? I don't believe it, hosers.
Oh my god.
No, Your Honor. No, I don't think it's a ghost.
I think that's just like fog.
It was drizzling that day, so, unfortunately it's a little hard to see what's going on.
Hold it! Drizzling, huh?
That's right. There was a light rain coming down. The whole place was dreary. But that's not as dreary as the mood that's in this courtroom right now. Looks like a cold front just moved in. In any case, the point is that the area was quite damp. There was even some fog. I even slipped and fell when I was on the bridge. It was really something. Anyway, the criminal shoved the victim down behind and stabbed her in the back.
Okay, I think we should hold that statement or press on it. Hold it! Is that the part of the witness's testimony as well?
Of course it is. He pushed the victim hard in the back and fell down right on her stomach. I remember that happening once myself. It was really, brutal, I don't know.
Are you talking about seeing someone get pushed, or were you the one getting pushed? Or does it mean that you pushed someone down like that once? With his mind-boggling tales and the way he said brutal, I wonder if he's Canadian.
Oh, I don't know how to say brutal in Canadian. Sorry, Canadians. Ha! Save your nasty look for the right person.
Huh?
Take a look. Poor baby. The court record seems to have wet itself.
Hey, watch where you spill your coffee. The court record, huh?
That must have been why the scarf fell off. So they just gave us a hint. They want us to present something.
They want us to present something at that one. So when he said, shove the victim from behind and stabbed her in the back,
That'd be the crime photo, probably.
yeah, why don't we show the crime photo and see, let's see if there's an objection there, or a contradiction. Objection! So at the time of the crime, there was a light drizzle coming down, correct?
Yeah, and fog, too. Just generally soggy atmosphere. I got a cold.
I like Gumshoe's regular voice.
Gumshoe's younger.
Okay, fine. Well, I have evidence that doesn't go with the soggy atmosphere.
People's voices change after, like, close to a decade.
Okay.
But this photo of the victim's body that was found in the trunk... Considering
the conditions at the scene of the crime, something isn't right.
Oh?
That's right.
Well, by all means, please enlighten us as to what it is, eh?
That's right, Mr. Genius Prosecutor.
What is it about this photo of the trunk that doesn't fit?
Okay, what doesn't fit is her... I think I would push on her coat, the front of her coat, because it's not muddy. It's not wet at all.
Oh, if she was pushed down, then there would be mud on it.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
Exactly. Plus, it was raining everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Naturally, the answer is right here.
The victim's coat? As far as I could see, there's nothing strange about it.
Yeah, that's because that's what you can see, Judge. That's exactly what's strange. Recall the testimony. What were the conditions on the bridge that day? It was drizzling and foggy. Dusky bridge was all wet. If the victim really had fallen down on her stomach on top of the bridge, then the front of her coat should have been covered in mud.
Ooh, oh, that's exactly right, eh? The other day I fell in a muddy street and my gorgeous play of beard was befooled, man. I do admit that the crime scene was quite wet that day. However, that doesn't mean the top of the bridge itself was muddy.
Okay, your young voices are cute.
If your honor had fallen in the shower instead of on a muddy street, your glorious hockey beard, pride of the legal league, would be wet, not muddy. Fortunately, I've yet to test that theory. Still, your point is well taken, eh?
Oh my god.
I can prove that the surface of the bridge was muddy that day.
The surface of the bridge, huh?
Probably the scarf.
Oh my gosh, Luke, you're right.
Ha! A real man wouldn't stand for a taunt like this.
Neither would a real woman. Of course I can.
Oh, I'm sorry. He was supposed to say, can you prove it was muddy? What?
Here is the evidence that proves the surface of the bridge was muddy. Take that! The evidence is this scarf.
Aha!
It should be obvious. If the scarf fell onto the bridge and got this muddy, it means that the bridge was obviously covered in mud.
Ah! No, I can't be outwitted by a novice bimbo.
What? She's way older. Hey, same to you, buddy. Wow, Edgeworth is so like, oh my
Miss
god.
Faye's assertion makes perfect sense to me. I do admit that there appears to be a contradiction between the condition of the victim's coat and her scarf. However, the real question is, why is there a contradiction?
Huh?
Oh, he's good. For every contradiction, there exists an explanation. Let's look at the explanation in this case. Maybe, shall we?
All right. It's not like he's really giving me a choice here.
Ah, you're doing pretty well for a little kitten. Meow.
Mr. Armando!
No matter what he says, a contradiction always comes down to a lie. It's either the victims discovered in the trunk, the witness's photo showing the defendant and the victim, or the witness's testimony that stated that she saw the moment of the murder.
So one of those three things is a lie.
Just relax and think it over. It's simple, isn't it? The false evidence It's one of those three. Haha. Has to be the testimony. Because we've already used the photo so much. You can't really use...
Yeah, I think it is the testimony.
What you just said now, I'm not sure I like it, eh?
That wasn't me, Your Honor. It was the coffee aficionado over here that said it.
Guilty as charged. Delicious. This court is not in the habit of accepting false evidence, you know, eh? Blame it on him, Your Honor. He's the one trying to slip false evidence into court. But we won't let him. We'll expose his evidence as flimsy as a scam as it really is.
Yes! The false evidence in this case is the witness's testimony.
Boom.
It is a no-brainer. Obviously, it's the witness that is suspicious. During his earlier testimony, the detective pointed out a crucial fact. The criminal shoved the victim down from behind and stabbed her in the back. Now, is that testimony exactly what the witness claims to have seen?
Ooh. Yeah, that's what the witness told us.
I don't think so. That testimony is filled with holes. After all, the victim's coat isn't dirty at all.
That's true, eh? It's not just true, it's the truth. If there was truly a decisive witness in this case, I'm certain that boy, Wonder over there, would have called them in the first place.
That guy's name Armando goes so well with that guy. Your Honor, the defense requests to cross-examine the eyewitness. The testimony presented so far is only vague, but not only vague, but it's contradictory as well.
Well, Mr. Edgeworth, it appears that we'll need to hear from your mystery witness after all, eh?
Thank you.
You should brace yourself for the brutal truth.
Huh?
Your Honor, the prosecution has no intention of hiding the witness from this court. We are prepared to present our witness at any time. Very well, eh? Please bring forth your witness at this time. Bless you.
What Mr. Edgeworth said kind of worries me. What does he mean by the brutal truth? Oh, she's wearing her little magatama.
Yep. Now let's proceed with the testimony. We'll actually have to do so tomorrow. So anyway, guys and gals, that does it for the Turnabout Beginnings. I think that's what it was called. For the start of this trial. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and hit that bell to be notified when more Ace Attorney arrives. And tell us what you think about this blast from the past with Mia no longer a ghost.
Yeah.
And come back later today for a stream and another video on something else. God bless and happy gaming.
See